Hello, elementary school students across America and on United States military bases around the world. This is a special edition of Michael T. Mondak Reads for this Independence Day weekend. And let me tease you as to what it's about. Let's say you're in the trumpet corps of a band performing in an Independence Day parade, but you can't find your trumpet. And then you notice something suspicious in your town. That's the basic storyline of this special Independence Day themed book called Bialosky and the Big Parade Mystery, a storyline written by Justine Corman, illustrations by Mr. Tom Cook, and they're based on characters created by Peggy and Alan Bialosky. Let's celebrate this for Independence Day. Bialosky loved the Independence Day parade. Even if the fireworks fizzled as they did last year, there were always plenty of Mrs. Elvira B. Buzz's Honey Nut Muffins to eat. This year, the parade was going to be even better because Bialosky was in the trumpet corps of the marching band. "It's time to practice," said Bialosky on the morning of July 4th. He searched around for his trumpet. Oh, bumblebees. I can't find it. Just then, Bialosky heard footsteps outside. I hope it's Brownie, he thought. He'll help me find my trumpet. Bialosky opened the door and saw a tall, thin man. He wore a dark suit and carried a metal suitcase with a big lock on it. He's a mighty strange-looking stranger, thought Bialosky. Moments later, Brownie arrived. He'd seen the stranger, too. "I wonder what he's doing in our little town," said Brownie. "There's plenty to wonder about," Bialosky said. "I can't find my trumpet." "We have to find it," Brownie said, "because you can't march without it." Bialosky had been looking forward to wearing his tall, fancy band hat, but he put on his detective hat instead. It was time to solve a mystery. Brownie was looking out the window. "The stranger's heading downtown," he said. "Ha!" declared Bialosky. "Let's follow him." "What about your trumpet?" asked Brownie. "Hold on, one mystery at a time," said Bialosky. So the bears followed the stranger. "I've never seen a suitcase like that before," Brownie remarked. "Highly suspicious," said Bialosky. They watched the stranger walk up the steps of the town hall. Maybe he's going to see the mayor," said Brownie. Bialosky nodded. "I'm sure we're on to something big." Well, sure enough, the stranger came out of town hall with Mayor Munch. Bialosky and Brownie followed them across the square to the Park Hotel. On the way, the two bears met their friend Susie. They told her about the stranger, and then they all went into the hotel. By now, Susie was suspicious too. "That's odd," she said. "The stranger brought his suitcase into the dining room. Most people leave their suitcases and packages in the check room." "We've got to find out what's going on," Bialosky said excitedly. "Hey, let's disguise ourselves as waiters," Susie suggested. "Then we can listen in on the mayor and the stranger." Bialosky wasted no time. He spotted a laundry cart full of waiters' jackets, and he grabbed 3. "What should we do now?" asked Brownie, rolling up the sleeves of his jacket. "Watch the other waiters," said Susie. "Act like them." "And be on the lookout for clues," added Bialosky, reluctantly removing his detective hat. Susie slipped in front of the busy waiter who was serving the mayor's table. I'll help you with that, she said, taking the water pitcher from him. She listened closely while she poured the water, but the mayor and the stranger were talking only about the menu. Susie hurried back to her friends. The label on the suitcase says, "Caution, handle with care," she reported. That suitcase gets more suspicious by the minute, Bialosky declared. Meanwhile, Brownie served rolls and butter. Seconds later, Brownie returned. They were talking about explosives, he said. What? Not about the salmon? Susie asked. There's something fishy about this case, said Bialosky, and he rushed off to the mayor's table. The mayor was saying, "It's almost time for the parade." Just then the real waiter handed Bialosky a tray full of dirty dishes. "Take these to the kitchen right away," the waiter said. Bialosky hurried off. "We've got to go," Bialosky told his friends. "But the parade is about to start." "But we still don't know where your trumpet is," Brownie said. "What? Your trumpet?" asked Susie. In all the excitement about the stranger, Bialosky had forgotten to tell Susie about the missing trumpet. "I know," said Susie. "You can take my flute. I'll run home and get it." "But I don't know how to play it," said Bialosky. "You can pretend," Brownie said. "At least you'll get to wear your uniform and march." The thought of his uniform and his hat made Bialosky feel better. "Okay, Susie," he said. "We'll meet you at the parade." Back home, Bialosky changed into his uniform. "What a handsome uniform," Brownie exclaimed. "What a handsome bear," Bialosky added, admiring himself. And now for the crowning touch. When Bialosky lifted his band hat, he couldn't believe his eyes. There was his trumpet. He laughed, and Brownie joined in. "Must have been there all the time," said Bialosky. At the parade ground, Brownie told Susie the good news about Bialosky's trumpet. "Hooray!" Susie cheered. "Here, Brownie, take my flute so you can march too." "Thanks," Brownie said, and he rushed over to join Bialosky and the marching band. It was a wonderful parade. Bialosky marched proudly in his tall band hat. Brownie followed happily behind him, and Susie dropped her baton only once. Later, Mayor Munch made an announcement. "Tonight's fireworks will be launched by a genuine expert from the big city," he said. "The stranger!" Bialosky exclaimed. He felt just as he had when he lifted his band hat and found his trumpet. "Fireworks must have been in his suitcase," Susie concluded. "Well, maybe next time we'll solve the case before it solves itself," Brownie teased. Then, with a loud crack, the sky was filled with a colorful burst of fireworks. "Whew," said Susie. "Ah," said Brownie. "Ha," said Bialosky. And that, boys and girls, is where the story concludes. Next, starting Monday and continuing all week is a special week of Michael T. Mondak Reads, and where the books will be birthday themed in celebration of the birthday of yours truly. Join me then.